You've just tapped into the brain of successful online bookseller Adam Bertram. Whether you're selling books on Amazon, eBay, Alibris, or Abe Books, Adam shares his out-of-the-box thinking and completely transparent advice to help you achieve your sales goals in record time. Let's listen in now to hear the latest super helpful yet down-to-earth blog post posted on the only blog for successful online booksellers at sellyourbooksonline.com.
Every day is Talk Like a Pirate Day in the book business. This is the last installment of the series of posts written by reader Frank Giovinazzi. Frank is a published author and can be found at his Amazon author page. Submitted for your amusement. You haven't really gotten into the book business until you've gotten screwed. My baptism came after I answered a Craigslist ad promising unchecked boxes of books, perfect for online sellers. $6 a box is the liquidation price. I was still pretty new, a couple months in, and wanted to believe the ad so badly I bought 150 boxes, twice, before figuring out the guy was unloading discards on me. Not a total loss, more like a small profit because I worked the books within an inch of their life. But to add insult to injury, the guy had a whole line of BS that included, my family owns a bookstore, this is what they can't handle, and I've got customers that buy 10,000 books a month, and I want you to make money so you can keep buying from me, and so on. I finally figured it out after I called 300 advanced reader editions from the lot, and he told me he couldn't give me boxes to make good, even though he assured me there were no more than a couple in the lot. Then I found 3 other guys he had equally worked over, one of whom got a refund only after an intimate conversation. I later found out he gets the books for free from a non-profit in Manhattan. I won't name the wholesaler in question, but kavit emptor if you're buying books in Asbury Park, New Jersey. In my estimation, his books are worth $3 a box, if that. And it's not just the book business. Any sort of liquidation scenario is ripe for the sort of petty thievery common to the situations where there is time pressure, cash is changing hands, and the promise of easy profits lies heavy on the air. One guy we know thought he was buying boxes of brand new Swazalas for pennies on the dollar, and overtaken by greed, he only checked the top couple boxes. When he got the load home, he realized he bought 8 crates stuffed with scrap metal. Back to the book business. If you're presented with a scenario from someone in the trade, be careful when you hear their stories as to why they're giving you such a great deal. In general, if they present it as a special deal, it isn't. If you're meeting in person, stay focused and watch them when they talk. If they are fidgeting, talking too fast, pressuring you, or if for any reason your spidey senses start tingling, leave with the contents of your wallet intact. And if you're purchasing books from someone exiting the business, listen to the price they ask with a nod of the head and then check through the boxes, every one of them. When you're satisfied with what you see, tell them the price you're willing to pay. And be prepared to walk, especially if they start talking about how much they spent to originally acquire the books. That hasn't nothing to do with what the books at your feet are worth today. First of all, the seller in question should have already gotten his original purchase price out of the books, and what's left represents sunk cost. Actually, from the seller's point of view, he is reclaiming additional profit through liquidation, even if he doesn't see it that way. Second, if the books were listed for sale at one time, all the fast movers and better quality stuff is already in a customer's hands, so what's left should be gotten at a discount. Finally, if you're going to buy leftovers from another seller, make sure to be able to hand over the cash and take the product with you, or the disappointed seller will remove the better stuff because they think they deserve to hold back product because you cheated them, when in fact, you made a deal for everything you looked at. I was offered another deal recently by a guy I thought was stand-up, and his sneakiness really turned me off. First, he offered me 5,000 books at $1 each. I told him no. Then the price magically got reduced to $1,350 and I was out of town, so he sold them to another guy. Except he called me to tell me he took the high dollar stuff out of the lot and wanted $2 each for the remaining $300. What a dirtbag. Like the Indian scouts in the old westerns, if he's going to cheat one guy and implicitly reveal that info, why would I deal with him? The only thing you have to work with in the book business is your capital and your time. The nuts and bolts of the enterprise is scut work, and all the hard bits have been handled by Amazon and the other online systems. Your job is to acquire inventory at the best price, and in your quest for deals, you're going to come across unscrupulous characters. So I would say another vital part of the job is to gain a better understanding of human nature and behavior and be alert when your greed may conspire with a potential trading partner scheme to relieve you of your cash. And don't discount the power of the internet to help you ferret out the weasels in this business. On the DVD side of the world, I bought some movies from an individual who had originally gotten them from a wholesaler, and the units I got were in the original box. So, I Googled the company in question and found out enough negatives to avoid them in the future. I sold 100 units I bought at a profit and moved on. Yet, another guy was advertising first-run new DVDs from a website, and he got back to me with this name at the bottom of his email. And after searching his name, I found out he had been arrested by the feds for counterfeiting. A literal pirate. So, of course, I didn't do business with him either. All you can do when you come across thieves is to decline to deal with them, and if you have local allies, warn them to do the same. And if you do get burned, take the lesson and move on. To end on a positive note, even though I consider some of these stories and others like them pretty funny, they are the minority of my experiences in the book trade. The majority of my transactions have been positive, with mutual profit and good feelings on both sides. And when coming across the good guys, I make sure to try to continue to do business with them and or help them in any way. I recently bought 6 skids from a colleague, and after I had them delivered, found 3 of them were dogs. Because I like the dude, I was even hesitant to call him and complain. But when it came up in a separate conversation, he immediately said he wanted to make the deal good and offered me 3 new skids at no extra charge. I was grateful, and going forward will continue to do business with him. As a matter of fact, there is a chance I won't be able to get a skid of books near his office in the next couple of weeks, and because he was straight up with me, I will give him the opportunity to purchase them and make the profit.
Thanks for listening to the latest topic about online book selling. If you're interested in this topic or the hundreds of other topics about going into business for yourself from selling books on the internet, please visit sellyourbooksonline.com. This is where you can get exclusive videos, learn from other sellers, and a whole lot more. Until next time, folks, remember to always take action and think different.